TomoNews presents the People of Walmart video compilation.
Boy camps out in Walmart undetected for over 2 days. Walmart's slogan is save money, live better, and that's exactly what one Corsicana, Texas boy did. The 14-year-old constructed 2 secret compounds inside the 24-hour store where he remained undetected. His sleeping quarters consisted of a makeshift bed built behind boxes of baby strollers. Shoppers had no clue they were physically inches away from genius, yet mentally light years away from attaining it. The boy was able to eat just about anything he wanted on the Walton family 5-finger discount card. Behind a wall of paper towel and butt wipe, he stored nutrition supplies and used diapers to avoid detection when going to the bathroom. A crack in the wall provided backside access to the juice aisle. He even scored a pet fish to keep him company. The natural master of disguise changed clothes every few hours to throw off anyone who might be tailing him. The boy was able to call the retail giant home for 2.5 days. Eventually, Walmart staff followed a trail of trash leading to the boy's hideout and busted the runaway teen. Employees called police, who delivered the boy into the custody of relatives. No criminal charges have been filed. So save money and live better on your next weekend vacation at more than 4,000 locations nationwide.
Police in Newcastle, Delaware were called to a local Walmart to investigate a strange person on Thursday. 22-year-old Frank J. Short Jr. was scoping out a 20-year-old woman while she was using her phone in an aisle in Walmart. Short allegedly gathered his spunk, which he had in his hand, and approached the woman. He then tossed his load onto her posterior and pretended to apologize and walk away. But rather than leave her alone, Short then followed the woman around the store. Eventually, the woman found refuge in the employees' break room. When police arrived, they arrested Short and concluded that the substance on her clothing was indicative of semen. Short also admitted to police that he was responsible for 2 near-ass smackings in Kmart and Walmart over the last year.
Shoplifter slashes Walmart employee's throat. These disturbing images capture the aftermath of a heinous murder that unfolded at a Walmart in Gaogang Province in South China Thursday afternoon. It all started when an undercover security guard observed a shoplifter who entered the store, allegedly stealing food from the shelves and eating in the aisles. The Walmart's assistant manager, 27-year-old Lin Mimi, joined security in confronting the shoplifter, who gave chase to the store's knife section. As customers and colleagues looked on in disbelief, the assailant drew a knife, slashing Lin's throat. Cell phone footage shows Lin in a pool of blood, fighting to survive. The mother of one, scheduled to get married next month, died at the scene. The tragic video is too graphic for YouTube. Click the link below to watch the uncensored version over on our site, TomoNews.net. Surveillance footage and social media help police track down the 29-year-old assailant, who was taken into custody in a nearby village.
Alleged Walmart shoplifter crawls through ceiling to freedom. Now this is one shoplifter who really didn't want to get caught. The saga began last Friday when a guy was stopped by theft prevention officers at a Walmart in Mobile, Alabama. As you can see, he was not eager to cooperate with them. Walmart staff finally dragged the dude into the store's security office and waited for cops to arrive. The alleged shoplifter tried to fight his way out of the office, kicking and yanking at the door, but staff held the door firmly shut. Then, after some brief silence, people heard loud bangs. Shoppers pulled out their cell phones after it became apparent that the guy had crawled up into the ceiling in a bid to escape. The guy climbed around inside the ceiling as Walmart staff tried to figure out where he was. Then suddenly, boom! The guy kicked a hole through the ceiling and jumped down, conveniently for him, just feet away from the store's exit. The man then ran out of the store and made his getaway. He has not yet been caught. Following his dramatic escape, employees nicknamed him Spider-Man, but the comic superhero would likely be displeased to be compared to a guy who's accused of shoplifting a hat, a watch, and some underwear.
2-year-old accidentally shoots and kills mom in Walmart. A 2-year-old boy accidentally killed his mother with her own gun at a Walmart in Hayden, Idaho. 29-year-old Veronica Rutledge was in the electronics section with her 2-year-old son and 3 other children on Tuesday morning. The son reached into his mom's purse and pulled out a small caliber handgun she was carrying. Unfortunately, the gun discharged and killed the mother, who had a concealed weapons permit. Authorities arrived at the scene of the shooting. The supermarket was temporarily closed while police collected evidence.
John Crawford III shooting, Walmart surveillance video released.
A man has been going around sucking women's toes in Walmart's footwear department. This man's sales technique really sucks. His name is Michael Brown, and he was arrested after being accused of tricking a Walmart shopper into sucking her toes. The victim and her daughter were browsing the Lincolnton, North Carolina Walmart footwear section when the weirdo approached, telling them he was a student doctor in podiatry. The woman accepted his help, then he asked to take a photo of her foot for research. She agreed. And that's when it got weird. He took her foot into his mouth. The woman freaked out and yanked her foot free, denying him the salty, intoxicating musk he so craved. Realizing he'd gone a step too far, he backpedaled and pleaded for her forgiveness and offered to foot the bill for her groceries before she left. Police say Brown, a registered sex offender, tried the same trick on another woman in a different Walmart earlier that day. She alerted the cops after sensing something strange was afoot.
John Crawford update. Key witness changes story. John Crawford III was shot by police while holding a toy BB gun in a Beaver Creek, Ohio Walmart. Ronald Ritchie made the 911 call and later identified himself as an ex-Marine when he told reporters his side of the story. But according to Michael Wright, an attorney for the Crawford family, unreleased surveillance footage from the Walmart discredits Ritchie's initial account of the incident. Let's compare stories, shall we? Here's what Ritchie first told reporters.
He was just waving at children, people, items. Thinking that he's either going to rob the place or he's there to shoot somebody else. He didn't really want to be looked at, and when people did look at him, he was pointing the gun at people.
Sounds pretty scary, right? The truth probably looked more like this. Many people saw Crawford with the gun, but Ritchie and his wife were the only ones who were scared. According to Wright, the unreleased footage shows Crawford standing in the pet aisle for 5 minutes prior to the arrival of police officers. That brings us to Ritchie's second lie about the incident.
Once the police got there, they told him, they came around the corner, said put it down. They said it 2 times, and then the gentleman decided to swing the rifle to the officer pointing at them. That's when the officer shot him twice.
Unreleased surveillance footage reportedly shows Crawford was shot on sight and never had a chance to put down the gun. Ritchie has since changed his story. At no point did he shoulder the rifle and point it at somebody, he told The Guardian a month after the incident. Oh yeah, and that bit about Richie being an ex-Marine isn't the whole truth either. He was booted from the Marine Corps after 7 weeks for fraudulent enlistment when he failed to inform them of his heart condition. Ohio's Attorney General Mike DeWine is denying Wright's request to release the video, so witness testimony isn't influenced by the footage.
This 37-year-old Oklahoma man has been arrested after being allegedly caught by a horrified shopper with his pants around his ankles, masturbating in the women's bathroom at a Walmart on Wednesday morning. But ladies, he's still single. Police believe that around 8:30 a.m., Brian Hounslow entered the women's bathroom at the Tulsa Walmart. Moments later, grandmother of 8, Beth Davis, went to freshen up. There, she says she found Hounslow with his pants dropped, furiously rubbing one out in front of the mirror. Horrified, she ran out and tried to alert shoppers and employees, but was met with shrugs. The alleged pervert then emerged and offered an apology of sorts, saying he didn't realize he'd been in the ladies' room. And then here's what happened.
In the women's restroom. My name is Beth Davis, and I witnessed it. You were naked, you had your pants down around your ankles. Someone stop him. Do not let him go out that door. Stop this man. Stop that man.
Unlucky for Hounslow, an employee ran outside and took down his license plate just as he was making his getaway. Sex crime detectives busted him at his home later that night. The police report also notes that Davis saw the man's fully exposed, turgid penis. Charming.
Man takes a home run swing at girl's head in Walmart. This surveillance video shows a random assault that took place at a Fort Smith Walmart in Arkansas on Sunday. That was 25-year-old Corey Mosley taking a swing at 18-year-old Ashleen Rogers' head. The video shows Mosley walking through the store prior to the attack, looking like a pre-steroids Barry Bonds. Rogers was checking out the DVDs when wham! Mosley treats her head like a game of t-ball. Mosley then dropped the bat and exited the store. He walked to his cousin's home, where he told the woman, Janaea Wright, that he'd been in some sort of altercation at Walmart. Wright then gave Mosley a ride to his home on the 3200 block of South 62nd Street. On her way home, Wright grew concerned after noticing emergency vehicles outside the Walmart on Rogers Avenue. She stopped by the local fire department and told the dispatcher that her cousin may have been responsible for the trouble at the store. A photo of her cousin was similar to that of the suspect in the surveillance camera. Police went to Mosley's home and arrested him on charges of second-degree battery. He told police that he went to school with Rogers, then he said it was gang-related, and then he said he saw it in a movie and he just wanted to try. Mosley's relatives said he has mental issues. We here at TomoNews strongly endorse that diagnosis. If it were Black Friday, we might expect this type of behavior at Walmart, but it's June for goodness sake. Mosley has pleaded not guilty and faces up to 6 years behind bars if convicted.
Cake Wars, the saga of a man who just wanted to eat the rebel flag. Chuck Netzhammer of Louisiana is a lot more fond of this flag than lots of other folk. Upset by recent moves to remove his beloved flag, Chuck decided to go down to Walmart and make a simple request. Bake me a cake with my flag on it. No can do, says Walmart, against policy. Oh yeah? Then bake me an ISIS cake.
Okay, yeah, we can do that.
Here's some pics of Chuck proudly holding up what seems to be pretty clear evidence that Walmart needs to educate employees better, change its policies, or both. But these are just pics. There used to be video. Chuck posted the entire cake saga on YouTube, but YouTube pulled it on Monday. It got about 500,000 views in 3 days, but the overlords at YouTube,
who always have our best interests in mind,
have decided Chuck's video is too... something. Chuck obviously was trying to make a point, which he did. Walmart obviously made a mistake. Chuck demanded and got an apology. Chuck's right, either make all cakes or at least have a tiny bit of logic in what you ban. But what's up with mega corporate video monopoly site YouTube? Nobody voted you internet thought police. Come on, YouTube, put the video back up. And Walmart, if you bake one more ISIS cake, so help me God, I'm gonna come down there and... Understood?
Fake armored truck driver steals $75,000 from Walmart. A man disguised as an armored truck driver successfully pulled off a heist at a Walmart in Oklahoma on Saturday. A man pretending to be a Loomis armored truck driver managed to con Walmart employees in Bristow, Oklahoma, even though he didn't drive a Loomis vehicle. He was wearing what appeared to be a Loomis uniform, though it lacked a logo. The man somehow convinced staff to give him the store's bank deposit. He walked away with more than $75,000 in cash. Walmart staff didn't realize the error until the real Loomis armored truck came to make the pickup some 30 minutes later. Federal authorities are on the case and are investigating whether the man is a former Loomis or Walmart employee.
2 Kentucky men arrested for streaking at Walmart. 2 men from Belfry, Kentucky were arrested and charged with indecent exposure and criminal mischief for a June 20 streaking prank at the local Walmart. David Daniels, 19, and Timothy Smith, 24, are the alleged masterminds of the ensuing YouTube video. It shows an unidentified man wearing only shoes and a Halloween mask pouring milk on himself. Afterwards, he's seen running through the aisles, yelling, pretending to be on fire. The streaker then ran for the exit, got into a red car, and sped off. The video was posted on June 17 and racked up just a few hundred views before YouTube pulled it down over nudity. Oddly enough, Kentucky police say they have not determined exactly who the streaker is, but we're guessing it is this guy. The 2 young men are currently being held at Pike County Detention Center. The police are still searching for the driver of the red car. Prior to the arrest of the 2 men, Pike County Sheriff Rodney Scott told WYMT that the incident was not funny and streakers should go to jail.
Police in San Jose, California have released a video of a car crashing through a Walmart and terrorizing customers from earlier in the year. Back in March of 2013, Hamad Zaid was doing meth in a San Jose neighborhood when he decided to take his classic 1977 Oldsmobile out for a spin. He suddenly swerves into the Walmart parking lot, sideswiping 2 cars in the process. He then crashed into the store, attempting to wreak even more havoc by backing up and trying to do it a second time, but thankfully the Cutlass became stuck in a store display. He then exited the car and tried to hit the running customers with a blunt object before being subdued. Even though this story was widely reported earlier in the year, police have released a video in the hopes of identifying more witnesses and victims for the upcoming trial. Amazingly, there were no injuries.